Hey everyone, I'm just making this video because I received this not authentic bottle of Yves Saint Laurent Mon Paris from eBay, which I know, off eBay you're always taking a chance, but this one is the first fake bottle of perfume I've ever gotten off of eBay. I feel like the seller definitely didn't know it was fake, but it is. And I'm going to show you all the different ways that I could tell. Now I'll be honest, this is a video, so you can't smell it, but the first dead giveaway to me was the scent. The scent, to me, it wasn't even similar to the real one. Wasn't even similar. I literally said to myself, I would have never bought this if this is what it smelled like. Because I had smelled it in store at Sephora or Ulta or somewhere. And I could tell immediately off the bat the scent was completely different. So trust your nose. And here are the other reasons that I'm going to show you that this is a fake bottle. So the bottle looks pretty good. I don't have a real authentic bottle with me right now to show you, but I did go by Sephora and compared this one. I'll throw in some pictures of this bottle, this exact same bottle, right next to the tester in Sephora, so you can see the differences I'm talking about. So the most noticeable difference is this tube that brings up the fragrance when you spray it. See how noticeable that is? In a genuine bottle, you would not see that tube hardly at all. I'll bring some other genuine bottles from other brands and show them to you. Fancy brands will not let that tube be seen. It's their goal to make it as invisible as possible. So that should be your first dead giveaway that this is a fake perfume. Okay, here I'm going to show you what I was talking about. Here's 3 completely different brands of perfume. They're all authentic. This one is YSL also, but it's the Black Opium. See how you can barely see that tube? You can see it there because I angled it for the light. If it's laying down, you can't see it. If you're like holding it in your hand, it's barely visible, the tube. See how in the Lancôme La Vie est Belle, you barely see that tube. Same thing with the Burberry Her. I mean, you really can't see it except above the water right there. It comes down right here. But you barely, especially if I hold it up, you barely see it. But then look at how different this is. I mean, just look at it like that. Can you even see it in these 3? From this distance. Even when I move the bottles around, you really can't see that tube. I don't even have to touch this one and you know where that tube is. Biggest giveaway that it's not an authentic bottle. And you can hear, listen. That's that bottle. This is glass. Do you hear that? Another dead giveaway. See this seam right here down the side of the bottle? That seam right there, it's on the other side too. That seam does not exist on a genuine bottle of this same perfume. See it right there? These other, facets exist, but that seam down the sides does not exist. Another dead giveaway, if you're looking at these in person, this bow right here is made of like a polyester or cotton, or I'm going to go with poly material. The real one is made of a chiffon, more like what a bridesmaid's dress would be made out of. This is not. It looks similar if you don't have them right next to each other. But see how if I mess with it, it doesn't move real well. A chiffon, you would be able to see light through it pretty well. You know, they're different quality material. I'll try to get even closer so you can see. This is not the same material at all. This looks pretty similar to the real one, but it's not the same. These little things will also not have any imperfections. This one looks pretty good on this bottle, but you can still tell a difference with the real one. Oh, a huge difference when you take off the lid. See this right here? Kind of like the seam right there on the bottle itself. There's seams right there and right there. Those do not exist at all on the genuine authentic bottles. There won't be those. So the fact that those are there. Now most people, if you're buying on eBay or something, they'll leave the cap on, most likely. And you won't be able to see that that exists. But that's an easy way to tell that's not a real bottle. Another dead giveaway, in my opinion, from this particular bottle, if you turn it upside down, the bottom isn't that, like, exciting. Okay, here's a perfect angle. This cut right here on the bottom is lopsided. You wouldn't notice it at first, but see right here, there's a corner and then there's the rounded edge. Corner, rounded edge. On this side over here, there's the rounded edge and there's the corner. Do you see how that's so much bigger over here compared to on this side? An authentic bottle would not have a lopsided cut on it like that. The label on the bottom of this one looks pretty genuine at first when you're looking at it. But if you notice, you can't read any of the top and the bottom line right there. You can read the name of the perfume, the batch number, these little details, eau de parfum. But you can't read any of that. On a genuine bottle, you can read it. I had the tester at Sephora was a 1.7 ounce bottle. This is a 3 ounce bottle, and you could read those words completely clearly on a smaller bottle. So you can't tell me it's because this is so small you can't read it. It's because this one's not real. Okay, can you see that right there? See where I was talking about? The rounded right here and the pointy. And then on this side, there's the pointy and there's the rounded part. They're just lopsided. That would never happen on a real bottle. It wouldn't make it out of the warehouse. And then another dead giveaway, which you can't really tell unless you have it right next to an authentic bottle, is how pink the color of this liquid is. Let's see if I can get something. You can kind of tell from that angle. I'll try to get something white to put behind it. In this bottle, this liquid is very pink in color. In the authentic bottle, it's nowhere near that vibrant in color. It's a lot more peachy and muted. But again, if you're looking on eBay or somewhere trying to buy this, unless they have a white background right behind it, you'll never notice that. Another way to tell, it's almost impossible to do without comparing this bottle right next to a real bottle. But if you held this right next to a real bottle, this is not actually, if this is glass, it's a completely different glass because it's so much clearer, the real bottle. This has kind of, I think it's just a really thick plastic, but see how this is just a little bit faded down at the bottom. It's got a little muted color to the glass. In the real bottle, it's completely see-through, crisp looking. So thanks guys for watching this video. Hopefully someone has found this to be a helpful review of how to avoid purchasing a fake fragrance online. Just know everyone says if the deal's too good to be true, then it probably is. That's not always the case. This wasn't an especially great deal that I got on it. And if there are sellers who are like me, who are gifted things, or, you know, they just come across a fragrance that they thought they would like and then they don't. And for me, I'm going to list them for a lower price than they're worth just to get them off my hands, right? So sometimes if a deal is too good to be true, it doesn't mean there's anything really wrong with it. It could completely be a genuine. But just be prepared. Know your stuff when you're buying. Thanks.